Yet, yes, there we go. We are finally back. I was sorry, I didn't set up the microphone. I was like, you know what? You ever leave the house and you could tell you left something and you don't realize it till later? I had that same vibe doing this, and I was like, oh, what could I have forgotten? It's all right here. But it's not all just visual, is it? It's also audio stuff. For some reason, my green screen is a little bit more see-through. You can see the lights behind it, but whatever. I don't think it'll have much of an impact. And if it does, then we will. Then I'll take care of it. Huh? Why is that light on like that? It's all right. I'll turn up some of my other lights. Yeah, it seems to balance it out. All right, so we are going to work on some scripts. We're going to use some AI. Let's build a custom UI. Okay, so it's a button. The things that are great about custom UI is, it's a button, and you can use it in mobile. You can use it. You just point your hand at it if you're in VR. I don't know if anybody remembers we made this yesterday. Okay, let's go right here. You know what? First of all, let's find our spawn point. And let's put it somewhere else. Right? And we used AI to build everything you're looking at right now. Are you going slow? Are you going slow on me, buddy? And I'll just get this set up. So that way every time we spawn, it'll be like actually on the world. You know what I mean? And it's always something, right? Find it right here. Yeah, I want to put it down in that little ditch down there. Come on, Cletus. There we go. Almost there. And then we'll just put him on the ground. See what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to tell how far he is from the ground. Well, I don't know if you see what I mean. Maybe. I don't know if you did this before. Okay. So we are going to make a custom UI right here. We don't know how to do it. Let's use the AI. Okay. Now, see, that's the thing. Even using the AI, you have to know what to ask the AI for. Who would even think to ask, make a custom user interface? So what would I say if I didn't really know what a custom UI was? Make a button that is good for mobile for people to click, and it changes the size of a cube. And so I'm not going to bring up custom UI. I'm not going to ask it for custom UI because maybe a lot of people might get on here and not do this. And I want us to see how much. And see, here's the thing. Whatever it makes, it's probably going to put it in the center of the world. So, next time I'm going to ask him, like, hey, can you position it? And I know about where I want it positioned because I have the spawn gizmos position. I want it right in front of them. So I don't know exactly which direction is front for this guy. Okay, so it's making the script. Okay, I already see 222. Yeah, that's that Vec3. That's how it changes sizes. Okay, I mean, I happen to know this stuff. You're not going to need to know it. We're just going to Okay, great. It has been created. Now I'll add the button to the cube to your world and connect them using the script. Okay, so when it's done all this, the next thing I'm going to say is put it in front of the spawn point. Like, hopefully you'll know, a new person would at least realize that there's a spawn point. Almost done. It's running its final checks. I've placed a cube. Oh yeah. That's the hat given manager. We weren't able to do that. Okay. It seems there was an issue creating the button. My apologies. The target cube was created successfully, but the button itself failed to appear. Let me try that again. Attach the mobile button cube scalar script to it. You're trying to create the button, but what is it? Let's see what it's trying to create to make a button. Is it creating a custom UI? And if this doesn't work, I'll start telling it. Oh, scale button. Okay. That does not. It's just a cube. It does have a script on it. Mobile button. Let's see. Because you can do that. You can make blocks like interactive, and you can say when player touches block, action happens. Okay, but I want to use a custom UI because I want it to be really easy for mobile people to use. All right, let's see. Let me see if it was done even doing that. Okay, I'll run everything to confirm everything is perfect. Almost done. Yeah. And I'm not going to move it. I'm going to have it move. Okay. Move the blocks to be near the spawn point. Let's see if it knows what that means. Have I been fuzzy this whole time? My whole life? Have I been fuzzy my whole life? What a bad podcaster. Why do I keep calling myself a podcaster? Where should I put my little head? Man, I don't know. I'll put it over here in the hierarchy. We could... Actually, this is probably the best place for it. There's no reason to have my face on here. I just feel like it's more engaging. When I make social media posts, like I'll make short form stuff, like 45-second things, 1 minute, and I'll put them on TikTok and Instagram, and I put some production value into it, and I film. I record, in real life, and then I record in VR, and combine it together and cut it up, put some music, and after several hours, I feel like I make good posts. But the posts that are the most popular is when I just do like a selfie and I just talk. And I just be like, well, virtual reality is coming a long way since the dawn of the blah, 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 virtual boy. All right, let's see what it's saying. Did it move the blocks? Okay, let's see where the blocks are. Oh, there it is. It's right by the spawn point. Okay. So this block is the scalar button, and this block is the target cube. Let's make the scalar button. Well, let's just make the target cube. Let's make the target cube red. Come on, Cletus. There we go. We'll make this guy blue. Oh, whoops. Ugh. I was plugging in the wrong numbers. All right, tin color. 0, tab, 0, tab, 1. And let me change this back. 1, tab, 1, tab. All right. Okay. So let's see if it tells us how it works. I'm assuming you just touch the blue block and it'll change the size of the red block. So let me give the red block some space. All right. So let's see if it gives us some instructions to how it works. Well, now generate the instructions to move the entities, blah, blah, blah. I've moved the cube. They should be right in front of you. I'll run a quick validation to make sure they're in the correct spot. I reviewed it, and they're positioned. Okay, that was just a positioning command, so that's not really telling us much. Let's see. It said 3rd time's the charm while I was working on it. That's so adorable. It's people. All right, 3rd time's the charm. I've now set the target cube to be animatable. Animatable? This was the missing piece. Everything is now fully configured and should work exactly as you want. To summarize, there's a cube named target cube. There's a button named scalar button. Clicking the button will now correct. See, how do you click the button? All right, so I'm gonna get into edit mode and see how I can interact with this thing. So I'm gonna walk up to it. Let's see if I touch it. Yeah, there's no way to like click it. Yeah, it's not giving me any like options or anything. So let's say, how do I, what's it saying? Third time's the charm. Everything is not fully, should work. There's a cube. There's a button. Okay, how do I click the button? I assumed it was going to be like, oh, custom UI is the best way to do this. And then would have set it up for me. Because I'm asking for a button. So I guess, people who use this, if they will have to know what a custom UI is, which is not like some crazy thing to find out. You can find out what they are pretty quickly. To click the button in your world, you can simply look at it and use your controller's trigger button. On mobiles, you would just tap on the button. Since we've moved it to the spawn point, it should be right in front of you. I'm playing on desktop, and there is no option to click the button or select anything. It's just a block. Let's see what it sees. All right, I will add the necessary trigger component. See, that's how we used to always do it. We would put a cube somewhere, and we would wrap a trigger around it. So that way, if you touch the cube, because you'll see a cube when you're playing, the game, but you won't see triggers. You only see them in edit mode. So when the game is on, there's a trigger around a button, and you label the button, be like, click here to start the game, and you touch, and you think you're touching a button, but really your hand is entering a trigger, and that's really what's going on, and the block is not actually doing anything. There are other ways to do it too, but that's how we used to do it for everything, and we would have to make one button, and it's so easy to touch the wrong buttons and such, and with custom UI, it's like what we're used to in apps and stuff like that. Just cute little buttons. All right. That's all right. I will now connect the button trigger. Okay, let's see what else it made down here. Well, the scale button has got what? It's got a button trigger. Where did you put that? Button trigger. Where are you at? So I'm clicking F so that way it'll, what's it called? Show me, but F, when you have an item selected over here on the left side, see how I have this item selected? It will, I select it, and then if I hit F on my keyboard, it'll focus to it. So, for example, let's just do the other button, the target cube, the red cube. So if I click F, it kind of zooms in on it. Oh, you know why it's not working? Because I'm in edit mode. All right. Target cube, which is that red cube. I hit F. Yeah, and then it automatically focuses on it. Okay. Okay, so I see that there's a cube there now. I see that there's a trigger. You see how it they made the trigger the exact same size as the block. So it kind of like, it overlaps there. So that's why I can't tell. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to touch it. Ah, there we go. Okay, I touched it, and it made the object bigger. Now, let's set it to where if I touch it again, it will, and we're still going to get to the custom UI, but I just want us to see what we can do. Okay, if the player touches it again, it toggles back and forth between the original and scaled sizes. Setting stuff around over here. Okay. Oh, is this the Horizon Studio, or what version is this? Thank you so much. Where is this? Is this part of the version 81 update? You know what, JC, I am not positive. I kind of take it for granted. As soon as I turn it on, if there's an update, I update it. And I'm on the latest version. And I'm definitely on the latest version because all the things that just came out this week, like for anyone in MHCP, we can all make clothes and there's different things. It's working. So yes, this is just the desktop editor. If you download desktop editor, from Meta, this is exactly what you're going to get. This program right here. And you'll have to download VS Code separately to actually go over the code. I use something different than VS Code, but it's not much different. If you know what VS Code is, then you definitely recognize this. This one is called Windsurf, but see, it looks the same. I recommend, dude, I like it because of the AI that it comes with. I mean, I haven't looked that much into it, but there's two things about this AI. And RJ, the creator, was showing me this. One, it searches. It searches the internet for answers. It looks things up. It'll check the documentation. It'll go to Meadows' website and check documentation. It's crazy. And I don't know, maybe Copilot does something like that, but I'll tell you what else this does. It never asks me for money. It never says like, oh, you only have so many left. I use it and use it and use it and use it, and it's pretty good. Okay, so let's go back to our editor. Okay. What? See? Okay. This is going to be funny. All right. I updated the script with the toggle, but now when you enter the button's trigger area, the cube will change size. If you exit and enter it again, here, let's reset. If you enter and exit again, it will return to its original size and so on. All right. And let's see what it says. Look what it says after that. Come on, man. Oh. See, I got this this mouse thing. Come on, man. Why you always let me fix the camera. It's one of those roller things. You just leave it on down and then you just move this ball instead of moving a mouse around, and see, it moves the mouse. I did that because sometimes I don't have room to move around my mouse on the desk, so it can just stay in one spot. But it moves too fast. I can't control my scroll. I'm trying to do it slowly, but okay. Okay, I noticed that the world logs that your hat giver script is running into an error, unable to manipulate static entity. This usually happens when you try to attach a player. I can fix this for you. The solution is to find the party hat that gets created and make it interactive. Would you like me to do that? No. Actually, remove the party hat entities. Let's call them entities. Entities all together. Okay, so here we are. It should work. It should get big. Okay. Oh, and then it got small. I guess I hit it again. So it got big. I'm going to hit it again. It gets small. So I'm accidentally hitting it twice. And see, again, that's why we want to use a custom UI instead of a button. Look how easy it is to accidentally hit it, to touch it. Now, there is something that we can do with triggers, which is called set it in, like, to make it selectable, which means selectable in screen mode. So if you're on, desktop or mobile, instead of having to touch it, a button or like a prompt will show up, and it will, what's it called? And then you can click that. Okay, so remember before I had to touch E to make anything happen? Well, now it's not working when I touch it. But look, see, now there's that E button, and the E has like a little pointer on it. So I'm going to click E. Wind surf. Like the name of this is wind surf. Let's click on this. Someone was asking about it, so I want to pull it up. Right? I think it's wind surf. I don't know where it got its name. Someone mentioned it. I gave it a try. I was like scared to, honestly, because I'm not like that deep into all this computer stuff. And so I was like, oh man, am I going to break everything and ruin everything? Man, I don't know if I could go back to VS Code. And this AI, see, I want to show people how I use the AI in here, but not everybody's got Windsurf, and I don't know how helpful that will be. And this is not the same as Copilot, which is maybe it is the same as Copilot. I don't know. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should pop up VS Code, but that is not today. All right. So I can just select it. See, a button came up and it has a little pointer finger on it. So I'm going to hit E on my computer. E, 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 E. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Now, if we were in VR, you still would have to touch the block. You wouldn't be able to select that E. But no matter what, you have to click on it if it's a custom UI. So let's do that. Let's make a custom UI. Okay. Make a custom UI that has 5 buttons that change the target. Let's see. Cube. I'm going to spell it just like it does. Target cube. See, I'm using the name it gave it right here. Make a custom UI that has 5 buttons that change the target cube's size from scale of 1 to scale of 5. Now, maybe it doesn't do custom UIs yet. I don't know. Let's see what it says. In the meanwhile, yeah, I got my cool world. We went out to the ocean. Man, just in a couple buttons, and it took seconds. Like, sometimes it feels like you're waiting for a while for AI. I have no problem waiting on AI because it's freaking amazing, and it's like worth a couple seconds. One of my favorite concepts is is like the way we appreciate technology or what we have or our privilege, all these things, right? So I was watching that TV show Futurama, right? It's based in the year 3000. And so technology is just amazing. They talk to aliens. They get to the moon in like 5 seconds, whatever. And there were like 2 little boys, and they were, let me get my pretty face in a little better position. There were 2 boys, and they were like ordered something through the mail. One of those corny little boy things like X-ray goggles or something. I don't know. They ordered it. It was like guaranteed, 1 second delivery. Something like that. We'll deliver to you in 1 second as soon as you order it. And it took like 3 seconds. And they were like, oh, gosh, can you believe it? Everything's taking forever. So much for 1 second. Like, how amazing that something can be delivered. And it came through a vacuum tube. I'm like, how does that even make any sense? All right. Okay, let's see. I'll create a new script called UI. Okay, of course, I can create a custom UI with 5 buttons. Oh, why are you going down? from the scales of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 respectively. I'll create a new script called size selector. It'll handle the logic. I'll create 5 new button entities and a panel to hold them, forming your UI. Okay, so it's still not doing it the way I wanted it to. It's not making a custom UI. Okay, let's see if it and then sometimes it does stuff and it doesn't work, and then it's like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm terribly sorry. Let me try one more time. Before it said 3 times a charm. I was like, oh my gosh. Now I'll create the UI panel and the 5 buttons. Then I'll hook everything up. Okay, executed actions, generating the script. So again, I'm pretty sure, yeah, see, it's making a different entity or different object for every single one. It's adding triggers to them. Nah, man, you're doing too much work. Okay, when it's done, I'm going to get straight to the custom UI. I'm going to ask it to make a custom UI. And if it doesn't, I'll make a custom UI, and then we will get it to make it. Or script it, at least. Let's see. Is it ready? It's still generating our script. Are they all going to get the same script, I wonder? They haven't attached the script yet. Oh, I guess it's attached to the trigger because the button is just a cube. Okay, they haven't attached the script yet. Is it attached to the UI panel? I don't know. Scalar button. Where'd everything go? That's not... Okay, this whole thing that's fuzzy, that's like something from Windows. Get out of here. Okay. All done. I've removed the UI panel and the 5 buttons we created. The original toggle button and the cube are still in your world. What would you like to do next? Oh, hold on. To remove the UI. Hold on. Why is it? What's that? Okay, I've created the UI panel with 5 buttons. You should now see a panel with buttons. I'll just run a final validation. No problem. I can remove the UI panel and the 5 buttons we just created. I'll leave the originals. I have no idea why I did that. Did it hear me? Does it hear me? I hope I'm not offending you. What are your pronouns, AI? I want to treat you with respect. All right. I will now prepare the action to remove the UI entities. Why did it remove them? And I see that it did remove them. Okay, whatever. Let's see, give it one more try with better instructions. Can you make a custom UI using the custom UI gizmo? Now let's see if it realized we got to use the gizmo, because what I want it to do is, let's see. And you know what, I'm kind of proud of these blocks. So I'm going to leave them there. Just to remind us of what we've made. But what I wanted it to do was I wanted to go up here and pull out a gizmo. So I click build, I click gizmos. I'm going to go to custom UI. And I would drag that out there, and then I would make a script and attach the script to that, and that's it. And custom UIs are nice. They can go in any world. They can go in the old worlds. They can go, it doesn't matter if it's primitive or whatever. It's it's automatically ready for mobile as soon as you make it. Even if you don't care about mobile, as soon as you make a custom UI, it's ready for mobile. All right. It can give you information. It knows who clicked the button. Let's see. I can certainly help you with a custom UI. While there isn't a specific gizmo called custom UI gizmo, there isn't. Hold on. What is it called? Build gizmo. I think it's just wrong. I think it just is just saying it wrong. It just doesn't know. Custom UI. A common use for UIs to control things like that. Okay. How about we create a UI with start and stop buttons to control this would be a great way. Okay, so it's just going to keep trying to build buttons and stuff. So, out of blocks. Let's go ahead and make our own custom UI, okay? I'm going to put out a custom UI right here. And it might not be able to give us the script, but maybe we can have it adjust the script for us. We'll see. I feel like everything's kind of going slow. Man, let me get that 200K. Oh, what a computer I'm going to get. I'm going to get whatever that I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but GeForce the gaming processor, you know, the graphics card, basically, the GPU, the graphics processing unit. I'm going to get like the really good one. I think it's called 5090 or something like that. It's maybe like over $1,000. I don't care. That'll only be one. Well, you know, if you get $200,000 as a prize, I mean, I guess it counts as income. And the first thing I would do is stick half of that in the bank just for taxes. Because who knows how much of that you're going to have to pay in taxes. And I mean, I guess if you got all the money and you spent it all on your business and didn't take any profit or anything, that would all be a business expense, and then you wouldn't have to pay taxes on it, right? Isn't that how it works? Something like that. Or maybe if I started a business, like started a LLC and then let that accept, I wonder if that can take the 200. Anyhow. Okay, here's a custom UI. Look, if I go into what's it called? Test mode, you're not gonna see anything. See, there's no custom UI there. It's just those blocks we remembered. We gotta make a script for it first. Okay. Custom UI. All right. So let's make a script. We'll just call it change size. And then I'll ask the assistant if it can do that. Let me just attach it right now. So that way maybe it'll be a little less work for the AI to like figure it out. Maybe it'll be a little more obvious since that's attached to a UI gizmo. Okay. There is something called custom UI gizmo. I just pulled one out and attached a new script. It's just the typical template on the script. Can you adjust it so that it is a UI? Now, I know there's more things. If it was just me doing this, I would give it more instructions about what like how to use the AI. I mean, the UI. UI is user interface. How to use the custom UI. Okay, what's it doing now? Car patrol script. What? Okay, let's use that custom UI gizmo to build the interface for controlling the car. Okay. I see. I wasn't aware of the custom UI gizmo. See, you have it. I see you've already added it. Yeah. Let's begin by updating the car patrol script. So let's look at the car patrol script. What are you talking about? Car patrol script. Okay, here's the car patrol script. I mean, this isn't a UI. Okay, so we're just going to get into it. I'm going to use the knowledge I have. It seems that you can't start from scratch and make a... I mean, listen, obviously you might be able to, okay? This is like one dude giving it one shot. Who knows how long until it's able to do this? Days, weeks, seconds. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. But for right now, it's not going to do it. So here, let's make our own. Let's go back to that script that we made, the change size script. Okay. And this time, instead of using the desktop editor AI, I am going to use the AI that comes with the editor, or the code editor, as opposed to the world editor. Okay, so on this side is the AI. This is where I can ask it for stuff. Be like, let's see if I could just keep it simple. Can you change this? Prepare this code to be attached to a custom UI. Make sure, and here's one of the things that I was saying, you have to have knowledge of. You have to know how, that you're supposed to import certain things. Make sure that you import whatever you need from Horizon/UI, especially UI component. Let's see if it figures it out. Can you prepare this code to be attached to a custom UI? Make sure that you import whatever you need from Horizon UI, especially UI component. I really like this one. I really like this AI. This is almost always what I use. I really never used the code AI. Well, not never, but I haven't used it in months. The code AI here. Any of this stuff. I haven't used it because, I don't know, it just wasn't great. And it wasn't integrating. It would give you information. You would have to copy and paste from yours. And, it would tell you okay, put it on line 26 or something. And you would have to do everything manually. And now it does stuff for you. So I'm definitely going to be using it more now. But I'm going to try and keep it for simple stuff. Because, attaching things to it or whatever. Okay, let's see. All right, this one's still working. I'll open change size to see its current implementation. I'll update it to convert it from a plain component to a UI component. Good. So one of the things I want it to do is right here on line 3, it says hz.component. I want that to, we're going to drop the hz period and put uppercase UI there. So it's going to say UI component. And then we're going to have to add one or two more different things. And if it doesn't, see, here's the thing. I want to show you that you can do it with almost nothing. You really can. I think I've proven that. I think I've shown you that, listen, you can't do everything, but you can do a lot with nothing. It's crazy. But if you just get a few skills in here, if you just get a little bit, this custom UI thing, man, this thing is perfect. Here's what I like. Here's what I think would be good for most people to use a custom UI for. If there's something you want to happen in your world, like a game to start, or for you to, open a door, or, I don't know, launch a rocket or something like that. Whatever it is that you want to happen, you can have the custom UI send the event to whatever script you want to do an action. Now you have to know how to set up that action on the other script, but it's super easy to just send a message to another script, and the message basically says, run that code that you have that does something. It doesn't even know what that code is. It just says, hey, here is, your command to do it, and it'll do it. It's called an event. Okay. Converted. So set everything in red. If I click accept, everything in red here is going to disappear. Everything highlighted in green. See, this top line is not highlighted any color, so it's not going to mess with that. Everything in green, it adds. So let's see. It's going to add UI component. Perfect. From Horizon UI. Right there. Off the bat. That's good. View. Yep. We're going to do view, text, and a pressable. Okay. So it's doing all that right. It wants to add... It's going to say UI component now. It's going to have one prop definition. Here's some code. private on increase. Scale up to this props.target if provided. Private on decrease. Scale down this props.target. Okay, let's accept this whole file. Let's accept all. Okay, you see here on the right, I got my big head in the way. But right here, I'm going to click accept all. You can do it over here too. Oh, I'm like, I got the mouse on the wrong screen. It was on like my other screen and you didn't see it. Anyway, so here, accept all here, accept file. I'm just going to click it. All right. Oh, you know what? I should get out of there since I am... Where am I going to put my pretty face? You know, maybe make it smaller. You know, my modeling agent does not like that I put my face up so often for free. All right. She's like, you're missing out on billions. I'm not in it for the money. I model because I love modeling. Sorry. I'm funny to myself. And the people that live in my brain. All right. So on increase. Okay. I can wire on increase and on decrease to scale to this .props.target. Well, first of all, let's just get a look. Let's just go look at our custom UI. Okay. Okay, if you look from behind it, you don't see it. You have to. Okay, you got to be in front of it. But as long as this E pops up, see, that's what's good about this E. In the middle, this little E right here, because if you just, I'm going to hit E on my computer, it'll automatically zoom in, and see how good that is. Okay, so I want to be able to see the button change while I'm using it. I mean, I can just use the button and then... Okay. E. All right, now I'll see the red block as I'm pushing the button. Okay. Where'd the red block go? That's weird. Okay, well, let's just use it. Let's just use it the way it is. I don't know why that red block is disappearing. But, okay. Click on that. Okay, let's increase size. I clicked it twice. Don't know what's going to happen. See, I wonder if a lot of times it tells it puts in little checks in the console. All right, I tap E again to make it come out, and it doesn't look like it changed size at all. Oh, I knew it wasn't going to change size. That's right. It didn't have the code to change the size. I just wanted to look at it. But look, it made the custom UI. See, it's got the buttons. All right, here's what I'm going to do. This is our console. We can tell it to log things to this console, to write things on the console. Let's do that. So on increase button, we're going to have it increase button clicked. And then guess what this one's going to say? Decrease. Okay, save it. And back to our editor. See why this little blue circle is up here? That means it's still compiling the code together. All right. And when that blue dot goes away, that means it's all compiled. Okay. So every time I hit increase, if it's actually registering that button, it should log to the console. Increase button clicked. Boom. Increase button clicked. Decrease button clicked. All right. So that's all the commands in there. Now let's get the AI to help us figure out how to size it. So it already asked me, do you want to wire it? Please finish. I say please. I'm so adorable. The on increase And come on, man. And on decrease methods to change the size of the target cube. Man, I want something to drink, but I got Arizona iced teas in the fridge, and they're so delicious. I got the honey ginseng one. They're so delicious, man. But that caffeine this late at night. How old did that sound? How old do I sound? I was like, the caffeine. Dude, I'll tell you how I know I'm old. I know I'm old. I have a pinched nerve. Like, of all the things, like it took a while for me to get older to the point where maybe I'm not as strong as I used to be, not as fast. I certainly run out of breath way quicker, if I do something strenuous. But a pinched nerve, man, where I just for no reason, I'm just in pain and like the tip of my fingers are tingling. I know that sounds bad. I saw a doctor. Saw a couple doctors. I mean, they were personal friends of mine. Like, they were just hanging out. And because I hang with the doctors. That's how I roll. And they told me. And then one of them is so funny. He starts explaining, well, you have the daedalus morsis, and what it does is it brings... I'm like, bro, just what should I do? Should I just stretch it? Just stretch? Is that what you're saying? Stretch? All right, I'll stretch it. Okay, so let's see if it thought for 4 seconds. Thought for 5 seconds. Search, transform, scale... Okay, it's trying to figure out how to pin it. Please finish. Yeah, it's trying to figure it out. It's saying accept all. Accept all what? Okay, it's still thinking. It's pretty obvious when it's done. It's searching scale all through my computer. He's trying to figure out the API. Hey, this is another great lesson. While that's working, while the AI is working, let's do this. Let's try and figure it out ourselves. Let's try to figure out how to change size. So here I have a link. Here's all my Meta Horizon Worlds things. Man, I should do one just on Horizon Hub. This one, man, that's something I'm going to do. Is I'm going to give some people some money for some of the resources they put out there. I use Horizon Hub Info. I'm using it less now just because it's helped me so much. I've learned so much, but Horizon Hub Info is brilliance. That's by Wafflecopters, just an unreal programmer, and made this website that helps you convert code blocks into script. So that's how I learned to do a lot of the scripting, because I got good at the code blocks. The code blocks was somewhat intuitive, and there were some good, tutorials. Okay. Now, what? Hold on. Oh my gosh, what are we looking up? No, I can think of it. Size. Okay. Let's see how to change size. Horizon API. Let's see if it's on here. This is all just like tiny little snippets of code. Let's see. I guess it would be on. Is there a transform? No. Let's see if I can, and it goes by scale, not size. Come on, man, you really? Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing's in there. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's just Google it. Since we're going AI crazy here, look what I did. I use Gemini. That's the AI you use for when I do personal stuff or work stuff, I'm like, here, take these, 10 pieces of data and then just write a summary about it. Those I definitely double check, because those are for work, those are for school. I cannot be messing around. Why isn't my little things from? Okay, Gemini. I'll just go to the website. Usually there's little buttons here. You just click on them and it takes you all these different Google related websites. All right. Now, I did have a Gemini Gem, which is like a GPT, but I erased it. See, I made one just for the mobile contest. But, okay. In Horizon, how do I change the scale of an object in Horizon Worlds using TypeScript? You know what I just realized? One, I could go to Wafflecopter's website because I'm sure I could figure it out. I know I could figure it out in code blocks. And also, look, before we read this answer, let's go back to the editor again. Remember, it made us something. So this button trigger already has code in it that changes the size. Where'd it go? Mobile button cube scaler. That's the name of the script. Oh man, we don't even have to look it up. It's like right here. Okay. So here's what it did. Okay, new scale. Okay, that's something it has to add. We have to import vec3. Okay. Button trigger, okay, on button trigger, connect code block events on player enter trigger. Okay, button trigger. Okay, button trigger is just the green trigger that's floating outside of the blue cube. Okay. Original scale. So this gets the original scale of the object, so we know what it started as. And to change its size, here we go. This.props.target cube. There are different ways to come up with this.props.target cube. You know, if target cube was just a variable that we made or something, it would just say this.target cube. But it says this.props because in our props definitions at the top, we put in a target cube. So if we say this.props.target cube, it's talking about this, which is a prop types dot entity, which basically means it's an object, you know. As to where new scale is a prop, but it is not an entity. It's not like a thing. It's a size. It's basically a scale. These three numbers. Okay. And you know what? I can't mobile button cube scaler. You know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. We'll go back to Gemini just to see what Gemini said, but let's tell this AI, hey, all you have to do is use mobile button cube scaler as an example of what is possible, of how to do it. Use it as an example. Okay, so let's see what Gemini said. To change the scale of an object, you need to access its transform component, modify its scale. The transform component is a built-in part of every object. Here's the simple code. My object equals, there's different ways to get this. The way this one is using it is find object by name. But I can easily just put like this.props. Game object or whatever it is. If my object exists, that's what that means. If it just says my object in there, then the variable transform is equal to my object.get component components.transform. Okay, not really sure what that means. So if transform exists, which it was created here, so if it finds all of this stuff highlighted in blue, then it will do what code is in here. Transform.scale equals this scale 222. That means it's like too wide, too tall, and too deep. Its default state is 1. However, it comes into the world is 1. You can make it things 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Or you can stretch things on one side. It's like if you want to turn a cube into more of a rectangular shape. All right, so it imported a bunch of stuff. Get component. All right. Import components, internal Horizon Worlds TypeScript, importing components. Okay, so it gave me some wrong answers, but tell you the truth, I don't know if any of this will work, but doesn't matter. We're not gonna mess with it. Okay. So let's go back to my code. All right. Let's see. Where is our button? The change size. Okay, adjust target scale. Okay, all right. It already fixed something for us. So before we even use an example, let's see if what it did worked. Now, here's this thing. I wonder if other people are having this problem, and I would not be surprised if somebody who watches this is like, oh my God, you don't know how to fix that one problem. But every time I change one thing on a custom UI script, I need to make a new custom UI, copy it, and then erase the old one. Because otherwise there's like an overlap with it, or it just doesn't work as well. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's the custom UI we already built. I'm going to push Control D to make a duplicate. And I just want to move it a little so I can click the other one and delete it. All right, preview from here. Oh, I wonder why that red cube disappears. That's interesting. Okay. So increase size. I clicked it once. No target provided to scale. So it must want me to plug it in as a prop definition. Okay. So see the custom UI, it wants a target. And the target is this guy. Target cube. And the target cube is that red cube. Okay. So I didn't have to make a new UI that time because I didn't change code. I just attached something. All right. So increase size. Increase button click. So it worked fine. Let's just clear all this so we really see it. Okay. I'm going to increase size 1, 2, 3 times. Okay. And that's how big it is. Okay, let me increase it one more time. Increase size. I'll click it 2 more times. Okay, increase size. Did it get bigger? Hold on, let's stand right next to it. Okay, it's the same height as me. I can't even tell if it got bigger. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to click it 5 more times. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And see how this has a 10 here? That means because what it's console logging, what it's logging to the console is identical. So instead of just writing it over and over and over again, it just writes a 10 like it's repeating it. Okay? All right, so let's get out of that. And yeah, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. And you can pick it up. I mean, it was always upable, or grabbable, as they say. I just didn't want to... I didn't want to confuse people. Let's see. Okay, drop that up there. Let's see if I can finally start seeing the script. I mean, see it while I. Yeah, the red one always leaves. So increase. Again, see it's bigger, and now let's decrease. I increased it 18 times, so let's decrease it 10 times. Let's do 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, I don't even have to count. I can just look at these. All right. There we go. Way smaller than it was, when I got it up, but still bigger than it was. Let's see how little I can get it. Let's do like 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Man, that's it. That's it. I did not have to figure out. Remember, I was looking up. I was like, okay, how am I going to look up? I go to all these resources. And really, Gemini comes through a lot for me. I'll feed it like the whole code. I'll be like, this is the whole code I'm having, and I'll copy and paste like an error. And I was like, this is the error that's coming with this code. What's wrong with it? It gets a lot done. like complicated stuff. It really is helpful. But this time it was pretty worthless. All right. And that's on me for not putting in the right prompts. All right. So what's it called? What time is it? 10:08. Oh my gosh, that's an hour. We've been doing this an hour. Let's just dive a little bit more into. Well, let's just review how we did this. Okay. So I had to pull out the custom UI. I started a script, and then I had the editor, the coding editor. This is different. It's called an IDE. What does IDE stand for? It's like independent something. Okay. What kind of program is VS Code? It should say something with something called IDE. Integrated Development Environment. Okay, I had no idea what that was. So that basically is the thing that makes that you can edit code on. So I got to stop calling that. It's often referred to as a code editor. Okay. I don't want to confuse people because there's the desktop editor, which is the specific to Meta Horizon Worlds. Then I'm not using VS Code, I'm using Windsurf, but this is just like VS Code, the IDE, which is a code editor. All right, I think that one's pretty clear. Okay, so, and within here, we just did like 2 tries. What do we ask it to do? Okay. Yeah, it made the buttons. It made the red and blue buttons that say on increase and on decrease that didn't have any function to them. So I added the console log just to see that they were actually registering. Then I told it, go ahead and plug in. Look, that's all I did. Here we go. What did he say? He said, I can wire on increase and on decrease to scale the target if you provide the desired scaling increment and minimum maximum bounds. I didn't do any of that. I didn't even read the whole thing. I should have read the whole thing, but I didn't even read the whole thing, and I just wrote, please finish to change the size of the cube. It asked me specific things, and it wasn't like, listen, I still need to know the max. I need to know how much you want to It just did it by this. It just grew by 10% every time. That's really cool, man. All right. So if you want different step sizes or maximum minimum bounds, tell me your preferred values and I'll just see. You can just get in there. You probably just get it there and tell it. Don't make it any larger. Only let it go 5 times as large. Only let it go to 1/5 its original size, whatever. Only let it be clicked 5 times or something. And that made it. And look, we didn't type in a thing, did we? I didn't have to import anything, right? I got to go watch this video. How little did I do? I don't think I've ever done so little. Oh, man, maybe I need to start doing less and just let the AI do a lot of this stuff. I know that we want to learn and we want to know what's going on, but until we really understand it, let's get the AI to do this stuff. And let's be honest, like, you can always go deeper. You can always learn more and more and more. And you got to have a limit. I mean, I'm not a computer scientist, computer science like professor or something where I'm trying to like go into theory and change the way it is and understand it from top to bottom. So, I mean, we might get to the point where we don't even realize that there's code, we'll forget about code. Be like, yeah, you just tell it what to make. I mean, as far as what AI is going to be doing over the next couple of years, it's going to be wild. I can't wait. So, okay. So we can use AI to build things from scratch. I did it by having a little bit of knowledge of what a custom UI is, and then I used the IDE, which, of course, I remember it stands for Integrated Development Environment. I was going to say independent something. Okay. So, listen, thank you very much for checking out this stream. Check out my other videos if you want to learn stuff. Hit me up. Let's get in here and build. I'll meet up with you. Let's get in here. We'll build something. I'll give you a couple scripts, whatever. It'll be a good time. And again, let's win. There's that contest. It's $200,000 for the top 4 prizes. Let's just look at that one more time. I know I said we're getting. Nobody's watching anyway, are they? Oh, let me check. Let me check if anybody's watching. What? 7 views. Nobody's watching now, though. Okay. So the prizes, man. I mean, you think I'm being greedy, being like, oh, the money, the money, the money. I'm not always like money, 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 but this time I am. This time I am being like a big time all about the money. The game I'm making isn't even a game I'm that particularly interested in. I love the programming aspect of it. It's been really challenging, and so that's been a lot of fun. But I don't really even game in Horizon Worlds, and that's because the games are like simple and cute or whatever, there's some pretty serious games out there. I'm going to try and get into After the Fall right now. And what I like about playing games in Horizon Worlds is the social aspect. I love just being able to play with my friends, and we go from a card game to a puzzle game, and we're just sitting there talking, and then other people show up. And, we want to check out something new, and then we're, chasing zombies down and shooting them, or, then whatever. But we're chit-chatting, we're having fun, and we're just messing around. And that I really like. I really like the social aspect of that. So, all right. Well, thank you for watching my stream. Hit me up if you need anything. Teacher Danny out.